This isn't anything new. It's old stuff. I'm sure everybody even knows by the title, Failure of Imagination, what this is. It's just fun to revisit every now and then, I don't know, this 9/11 stuff, because it's just so unbelievable. I mean, the story, even what happened that day, it's just all so unbelievable. And this is just fun stuff to revisit every now and then.
I think the failure of imagination we consider to be one of the major failures of the government. The fact of the matter is we just didn't get it in this country. We could not comprehend that people wanted to kill us. They wanted to hijack airplanes and fly them into big buildings and important buildings. Policymakers did not have the imagination to think of that kind of a scenario.
Okay, now let me show you how that's a lie. USA Today, I will put the link below, 2004. In the 2 years before the September 11 attacks, NORAD conducted exercises simulating what the White House says was unimaginable at the time. Hijacked airliners used as weapons to crash into targets and cause mass casualties. One of the imagined targets was the World Trade Center. And sometimes I do get really pissed about this stuff. Some days you gotta kind of keep yourself in check, because it's just bullshit that they can come out and lie like they do, and just, it sucks. It's bullshit that they get away with this stuff. It just makes me, it's tough some days, it really is. It's just right there. I mean, it's right there in front of everybody. You don't even have to dig. It's just right there for everybody. You know, sometimes I really wonder what I wouldn't give to be in the same room with these people. Wouldn't change anything, but sometimes I wonder if I'd feel better. True story. I live real close to St. Louis on the Illinois side, and old Joe Biden came to town a couple years ago. And man, I really wanted to be somewhere within earshot of that guy. It just couldn't happen. I couldn't get the motorcade, and what really pisses me off is that he supposedly went into a Quick Trip that my wife goes to and I go to all the time. It's actually, I go by it whenever I go to band practice. So it just, man, whenever I heard he was coming, it's just like, how can I get close to him? But you can't. It's just, we're not, we're not allowed to. And I just wish that I could have at least maybe been in that gas station whenever he was there. But I'm sure it was cleared out and everything, and just never would have had the chance. But that was really hard that day, knowing that he was that close, and knowing that I couldn't get to him and say anything at least, you know what I mean? Like yell at him, and it wouldn't really matter. But I don't know, anybody else kind of dream about saying stuff to these people? Be like, man, I wish I could get at least 10 seconds of your time and really tell you some things that I don't think, well, I don't know. I don't know if these people are human or not. That's the tricky part. I believe that there's definitely another species down here running around with us. At least one. Because it's just crazy. I was in the military and I did 5 years, and the majority of the time was overseas. And my last tour I did 6 months in Djibouti, Africa. And let me tell you, that place is dead. It's just death. It's what that is. They used to burn everything because they couldn't even dig and bury everything because the ground was so hard because it was so hot. And every night, true story, man, the worst stuff ever. They burnt everything, dead bodies and everything. They're saying not humans, that's fine, but it sure seemed like it sometimes, because that place is freaking spooky. And maybe they weren't, okay, and that's fine. But they did burn animal carcasses, batteries, all sorts of stuff. They took pictures of it and showed everybody, because every night there was a literal smog that came through that place. It was the mist, as everybody called it, because you could see it coming. And that place is death. And when we would go out in town, literally kids would come running up to you, running up to the bus with their hands outstretched, begging for things. And if you would even give them like a bottle of water, it'd be like giving a brat around here a cell phone. And so I'm just saying that because it's really tough. That stuff will humble the shit out of you and really make you think when you're going back. And these guys, maybe not necessarily this clown here, but Clinton and the rest of those really rich guys, they go in and out of those places all the time. And they go and they meet with these people and they see it too. And then they go home in their freaking limousine and their private jet, and they go and eat stuff that cost what it would fix that country. And I don't know if a human can do that, because that stuff made me feel like shit. It was a very eye-opening experience to literally hand another human being, and for the dude not even to be able to speak English and trying to tell you thank you and just give you like this huge like smile and almost in tears like thumbs up. That's just what the dude gave me, was like a thumbs up. So it's real hard for me to have been and experienced that, to think that these people could really be human, flesh and blood, going and visiting these places and then just turning around and going in something that costs enough money that could fix and change a lot of lives for the better. Sort of kind of got off subject, this 9/11 stuff, but I think it's all together. Thank you for listening. I appreciate my subscribers out there.